sound. Although it looks the same, the microphone appears to be on. And I don't know what else that I could push to make it do better. So we'll just see as you guys file in if you can hear me or not. And how much I would have to repeat, I don't know, because I don't know when the microphone went out. The microphone appearance on the screen says that it's working. So we are going to find out. You hear me now, Chuck? If you can hear me now, there is no explanation other than a gremlin in the system. So, Joseph Gorecki, I got a gremlin in my system somewhere. Hey, Trish, there's no reason looking for the gremlin because gremlins cannot be found. So, we had a gremlin in the system that definitely hijacked the sound, and hopefully everybody can hear me now. Where it dropped off was I was explaining how we've worked so hard at this game that we've turned it kind of like we're a lawyer and a doctor. We've kind of turned it into our own practice. That we keep practicing and we keep getting better. Even though we were good at it 6 months ago, we're better at it now than we were then. Thank you, Chuck. And this is where we are with the actuarial play. Am I completely sold on it? No. But Soup Campbell's worked many different ways for me, and he's doing all the heavy lifting for me. And we're going to find out as we go. I know that chopping pairs, quads, and quints will get us the money. I know that it will. And I'm not greedy about looking for any kind of way that we can make more money. But sometimes when we're in Vegas, it's different. But sometimes out in these casinos around the country, we find ourselves at tables that don't have anybody at the table. And so waiting for pairs, quads, and quints is tough because nobody else is at the table. So we needed to develop a way that we could possibly get through to having a quad, quint, or a pair, at least. And that way seemed to be by following Dr. Walter Penny's plans of how he would predict the next three outcomes of a coin toss. Dr. Penny didn't know anything about Baccarat. He was doing a theory of coin tosses, and all the last three results, what was likely to be the next three results. Well, as I said, we found this thing coming out of roulette having 18 blacks and 18 reds and 2 greens, of saying take the greens out, and then we had Baccarat, but actually we didn't, because the roulette was still a very much difficult game to win, because you did have 18 blacks and 18 reds. You didn't have one of each. So if you can imagine the roulette wheel having one side of it is blue, one side of it is red, and you've got a solid D'Alembert betting pattern, you know full well if somebody gave you a casino like that, you're going to leave there with your pockets stuffed with money every doggone night, because your up and down D'Alembert betting is going to yield wins even when you win less than 50% of your spins, and you're going to win about 50 anyway because it's 50-50. Guess what? I just absolutely described Baccarat to you. So we play Baccarat with the D'Alembert betting, and I'm going to show it on a low roller tonight. But I wanted to begin with this simple look here at this big road here. And if we go down the big road, and let's just say that we're playing the chop pairs, chop quads, and chop quints. And I'll just start it out. I'm not going to take too long to do this because I've already got it worked out. I've got it worked out right there. This thing ends up with a plus 39 units using D'Alembert. It ends up with a plus 5 units, even just flat betting. Now, I'm not saying that every big road will be this way, but if you see it, we chop the pair, and then you see the septuplet. Now, that means 3 straight losses, as you can see there. And I'm doing 5 and 4 right here. 1, 5, went down 4, added 5, added 5, added 5, and I reset because I didn't want us to play high numbers. If we played high numbers, oh gosh, we'd have won 6 minutes. But so we lose 3 there, then we win there. We lose 1 there because we don't play the triplet. We just lost a chop on the pair. But then we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. So you know you've got way more money. Even these 2 losses are nothing. They come right back with 2 wins. These are quints. So we lost the pair we lost the quad, then we won the quint. So we won. If as long as you win one of the bets, you're going to be up. So then we got three more wins and another win there. So that shows you where we were going. Now, so let's go ahead and do this. And I'm going to do a low roller tonight. Um, we're going to shuffle. So let me make sure that I've got this thing planned out how I want to do it, because we are going to start with $100 bet, and we're going to use units of $10. So we're going to go up 50, down 40. What I'm expressing here is we begin with a $100 bet, but we're playing for $50 and $40. And I want you to win a $50 session. Now, if you win the first bet, well, you're going to win $100. But I'm going to go further with this discussion. This is low roller. I want you to play a morning session and an afternoon session. It takes a $1,000 bankroll to do this. I'm talking to you, Cali KB. I'm talking to a lot of folks out there that want to play with a $1,000 bankroll. As we define whether actuarial is solid enough, we'll get there. But let's talk about quads and pairs, quads, and quints right now, and say if you're playing chop pair, chop quad, chop quint, you're playing D'Alembert, up 5 units, down 4. You're starting with $100, but if you lose, you're going to 150. You're not going to 200, and so you're going up 5 units of 10. If you win the second bet, the 150, you're up $50. Get out. You walk. Go have lunch, come back that afternoon, play another session. And what I'm telling you about now is you end the day with a 10% profit. You make 10% every day, and you build your bankroll. Off of $1,000, you made $100 today because you won at least $50 two times. Now I'm going to tell you this. Warren Buffett at Berkshire Hathaway doesn't make 10% a day, and he's the smartest investor in the world. So if you can make 10% a day at Baccarat, you now are the smartest Baccarat player in the world. Now, if you've got enough money to where you're betting $1,000 bets, well, you're going to make $1,000 a day. If you got $100,000, you can bet $1,000 bet. You're going to make $1,000 a day for the rest of your life. It's the same thing as 10%. We're shooting for 10%. I'm going to shoot for 10% for us. So tonight, let's go ahead and play the actuarial. Let me put them out there so you can see them. If I can get that up there enough. So there is the actuarial that we're staring at. We need, and you could say we're going to do a baseball bet. I'm not going to do it. Let's just do 3 bets. Chuck Ritter just grinded his teeth at me because there's your baseball bet win. So Banker won the very first hand. Now Banker's won 2. Glad it's working. Hey, Corey, just hadn't seen you in a while, buddy. You been doing all right? Okay, so Banker won 3 in a row, I do believe. There you go. Chuck Ritter's the least surprised person on the planet. Okay, so let's play for a little bit. Playing actuarial. We've got 3 bankers, right? So Soup Campbell says, if you win, we got a player banker that we're going to bet now. He says if you win one, you keep playing until you lose. If you lose the first one, you recalculate. So we are shooting for a $50 win. That begins with a $100 bet, then up $50, down 40. It's very controlled. And you can even do this at a $100 table. You can start with 200 and use 5 units of 10 and 4 units of 10. You can go to 250, you go to 150. You don't have to just jump all the way to 400 or 500. You could say $200 and I'm looking to make $100 a day. It's whatever you want it to be. You design what you want your units to be, is what I'm saying. So we would bet $100 on the player right there. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to bet $100 on the player. We're going to go up 5 units of 10, down 4. Now, with that player loss, this is what Soup says to do. I got to keep track of this because we're going to go to a $150 bet. But now we have this again. We've got 3 again. So what we do again now is we repeat the player banker because that's what we've got. So now we've got $150 on the player. Otherwise, we'd have gone to banker. And there is the $150 win. So we're up $50, as you can see. We started at 3,316,000. I should have said that to start with. Um, so you have made your $50 right there. Lost one hand, won one hand. You bet 100 and lost. You bet 150 and won. That's a $50 profit. Okay, so let's lose this $50. And let's play another actual bet. Now we have banker, player, banker. Banker, player, banker calls for banker, banker, player. So let's go with a $100 bet. Check it, Harold, banker, player, banker. Is a banker, banker, player. So we got $100 on the banker. Okay, so that's a $95 win there. So now you're up 50 plus 95. Let's lose the 95. This is actuarial. Dr. Penny came up with this idea. He's been in the grave about 70 years right now. But hey, listen, Fibonacci and D'Alembert are in the grave too. Harold's going to be in the grave too. So we're all going there. Let's make some money on the way, though. Okay. We do it with mathematics. That's what all this is. All this is mathematics. So now we have 3 bankers there. Again, that's what we are. So let's play a player bet for $100. $100 on the player. Now, I would have kept going, but the thing is, because Soup Campbell says don't stop until you lose. So I stopped after the win because we met session profit. We don't want to keep playing after meeting session profit. We want to be disciplined about this thing. We want to make our money and gradually grow. 10% a day, man, let's make it. So we got 3 bankers. 3 bankers calls for a player bet, $100. There it is on the player. Okay, now what we do now is we recalculate, but we got 4 bankers here. In our other game, we'd be playing chop the quad here. But I'm going to stay with actuarial, and I'm going to go up 5 units of 10, and I am going to play the player for 150 because bankers still. So I'm playing the player, $150. As we ride out this actuarial play. Now, Soup Campbell says, keep playing. Banker, banker here, but we're not because we've made our money again. Let's try to make one more session profit of $50. I know we've done it at least 3 times, but let's just try to do it one more time. I'll get rid of that $50. We're back to 3,316,000. Banker's just dominating. So he's having a lot of fun. But here we have banker, player, banker. Banker, player, banker gives us banker, banker, player. Now, if he wins on the banker, Soup Campbell says keep playing, but we are only going to stop. We're going to stop because of profit goal for the session. So banker, player, banker is a banker, banker, player. We're going to start with a banker bet for $100. After that loss, we recalculate. We have player, banker, player. Player, banker, player gives us player, player, banker. First bet's $150 on the player. The time just runs it back. All right, a good loss streak here. Yeah, now we got to go to 200, and we're going to recalculate banker, player, banker. Gives us banker, banker, player. So we've got a $200 bet on the banker, up 5 units. Okay, so now we are down $60. The $200 bet goes to $160. Now we had, let's make sure we had this. We had banker, player, banker, which gave us a banker bet. Soup Campbell says we won. He says stay with it. So this is a $160 bet on the banker again because Soup Campbell says to stay with it. So we go down units of 10, $40 worth, and we go to $160. And this is much more informative having this a little bit of a losing and winning going back and forth. So we're at 160. I'll try to keep the numbers right, but you're getting the general gist of it. So that's what we had. We had player, banker, player, player, banker, player. No, we had banker, player, banker. That's what we had. Banker, player, banker gave us banker, and now another banker to bet here. There we go, 160. And there is the money. That's a $92 profit right there. You sell the D'Alembert work its magic. Even at $50 and $40, it still works its magic. And we made far more than 4 sessions of $50 because we made 90 and 100 a couple of times. But you can get that because of starting at the $100 bet. I'm trying to show you how you maintain yourself through all of this with controlled betting and still getting your 10%. Hey, Bill Lotta, how you doing? Pool league starting up again. That's right, Corey. Thanks, Scott Price. Yes, sir. Okay, so let's say, for instance, I want to play one more hand. A no bet. A no bet, one more hand. And then one more. That'll do it for us. So let's forget the actuarial for right now, if you would, please. I'm going to hold these up here. Let's say that we sat down to the table and we were playing chop pair, chop quad, chop quint. On the very first hands, we lose the chop pair because this repeats. Now we don't play that because we don't play the trip. But now we have chop quad that we bet, and we won because it chopped. We had nothing here. We got another pair here. And we bet the chop pair, and we lost again. But then we got the chop quad to work. So there's the win there. We got nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. We had a chop pair again, and a loss. Then successful on the chop quad. This is chop pair, chop quad, chop quint. With that win. So this is a very simple thing of one loss, one win, one loss, one win, one loss, one win. What's that look like, 3 and 3? Well, it looks like this. So we're going up 5 units. We lost 5, then we won 10. After this, I will say reset. Now you could go ahead and bet 6 here if you want, but I'm going to bet 5, and we lost. Then we won 10. I reset again. We lost 5, we won 10. So if you see this, we've got there before you 6 hands, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 15 units. If these are $10 units, you're up $150 right now. I'm showing you D'Alembert way of playing. All it took you to get was 3 and 3. Remember what I'm talking about, the roulette wheel being red on one side and blue on the other, that you might easily just get even, 3 and 3, 5 and 5, 10 and 10. Those kinds of outcomes give you a lot of money playing D'Alembert betting. And that's what we're doing, playing plus 5 units, minus 4. Don't care what the size of those units are. And this is how you get your money. So what we saw tonight through 4, 8, 12, 14, 16, 17 hands, we saw making session wins actuarially 4 times. We saw making session wins multiple times, playing chop pair, chop quad, chop quint. Tell me which ones you like better. I believe that the chop pair, chop quad, chop quint is mathematically sustainable and provable. The doggone Dr. Penny is a smart son of a gun, though, because his actuarial works, even though we can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. All I can tell you is these 8 outcomes, every outcome that you could have with 3 outcomes. And these are identical. This is actually only 4 different responses, as you see. But this is the way Dr. Penny wrote this thing. And he wrote it based on coin flips, which is the closest thing you can get to Baccarat. I'm glad we got the volume to work, the voice to work so you could hear me. So thank you to all of you. Hit me a like on the way out. It's just good for my ego. We don't make any money off of this. Nobody sends us any money for this. We have the size of audience that I love. I don't need to have 4,000 people watching and mostly asleep. I need to have people that are engaged with us and people who know me, that you've been working with me for a long time. This practice that we have put together on how to win at roulette, it's not an accident that we show it every night. It's not an accident that we win every night. I don't actually come in here believing that we're ever going to lose because I know the mathematics are on our side. Now, the actuarial is a little spooky to me because I can't put my hands around it. This thing here is a whole big bowl of jello, and when I stick my hands in there, I can't hardly grab onto anything, except that every time I play it, it wins. If it wins and you're going to play and keep playing it. If it loses on the first time, you're going to stop and recalculate. If it wins the first time and loses the second time, you're going to stop and recalculate. If it wins 3 straight times, you have to stop and recalculate. So this is according to Soup Campbell. I'm not going to argue with anybody in my kingdom that comes up with an idea this good. This was his idea. I was searching for a way that you could play at the table without any players at the table and not have to try to wait for a pair, quad, or quint. Now, I'll tell you, if I'm at the Palms in Las Vegas with 12 tables and they're all busy and I got a pocket full of money, my ideal thing to do is play only chop, quad, chop, quit. You'll have fewer bets and I think you're going to have more wins. Just as you would chopped here, chopped here, chopped here. Those are 3 wins right there. All I need is one. See, that's the whole thing. The king, I only need 1 win. Doggone it, man. If I'm playing for $200 a session, $400 a session, that win gives me the money. And I am not that kind of crazy wanting to chase it all. Trish Graves is signing off for tonight, so that means we all are signing off. Thank you, Trish. To all of you, hit a like on the way out if you would, please. And I will be back to see you tomorrow night. We're going to continue to talk actuarial. We're going to continue to talk chop pair, chop quad, chop quint. We're going to arrive at how we're going to play it. We're going to see how much money we can raise. And then we're going to go to shows that only show the results of our live play and when we're going to distribute money. So that's what we're going to do. We are, as I reported last night, we're at $12,000 in the pool. That's not enough really to kickstart a whole lot, but we will do it with 12 if that's all we have, because we can win money with whatever we have and we can build from there. So to all of you, good night. Love you all. The King will be back with you tomorrow night. Professional Baccarat, full-time, side hustle. That's us.